So, what are the communication with to be successful with students?
Well, with students, you have to break it down and be very specific because most students have, they need smaller increments of things to listen to and process. So if you've got several steps of directions, you need to give one clear one at a time. You usually have to model it. Sometimes I have to, like when I'm modeling it, I say what I'm doing at that time. Okay, I'm going to get my pencil out. I'm going to get my paper out. Now I'm going to take the top off of my marker or whatever and give it to them in those small bites of directions. When you're talking to the whole class, you may have to do that as well. Just break it down. Be very specific when you're talking with parents. You have to remain calm. You have to sometimes chunk those things and make sure that it's clear. Don't overwhelm them with too much information at one time. Because most of the time, if they have a question about something, they become easily stressed if you give them too much. So just make sure that you are not giving them too much information, just enough of whatever it is that you need for them to know. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
How would you say communication with your teachers about students in your classroom?
With other teachers?
Yes. Or if you're getting help.
Like from other people. Okay. I have to be very, like with some of our behaviors that we experience. When I ask for help, I have to explain to them what kind of behaviors we're seeing, the things you've tried. You need to be very specific in what you need, what you're asking for, so that they know what kind of guidance to give you as well. If you're communicating with teachers about other students that you might share, same thing, how they perform in your classroom, or various things like with our speech teacher. If there's something specific we're doing in class, and I see a student struggling, what I need from them to help that student to be successful.
Okay, and I noticed with like y'all's field trips and stuff like that, I hear them keep asking you about permission slips and all that. Is that something y'all communicate on who's going to be in charge of doing that, or is that assigned to y'all?
Well, we have one teacher that usually is in charge of organizing all the buses and making sure that it gets approval before we can even send anything home.
Okay.
And then once we get all of that, like we've gotten the go-ahead for our field trip, so now we've sent home our permission slip letters, and we've actually started receiving some back. So sometimes parents will ask questions. We communicate and take care of our own money. We take it up, write receipts, send it to the office. We don't hold any money here. And then we have to communicate constantly with parents. Okay, we have this much time, before we need to have permission in. And then just sometimes we have to call those parents and have conversations. Because it may be a situation like if we have somebody with behaviors that we're concerned, okay, I'm going to need you to be able to go on this field trip for me to feel comfortable. I forgot where I was, but I know I was talking about some of the behaviors that I'm seeing, that I'm, like running away or eloping from. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to need you to go on this field trip with me to kind of make sure that your child is, staying with us, so that I'm not having to stress out over that along with all of my other 19 kids. Those kinds of things, so we have to have that kind of communication.